So ito po yung papag-usapan natin, no, yung final po ng Duterte Youth Party List, yung first ever impeachment complaint against President Marcos Jr. or si PBBM po. Kahapon lang po to, May 8, 2025. So i-discuss ko po sa inyo yung mga nakita kong pros, cons, and yung blessing in disguise po na nakita ko dito. Okay, so good day po everybody. This is AttorNEIL Abayon po, your quote-unquote favorite lawyer po who is back for another video, at yan po yung i-explain ko sa inyong lahat today. So ano po, madami-dami tayong papag-usapan today, pero unahin po siguro muna natin yung yung bad news or yung mga negative na nangyari po in relation to the filing, para at least mamaya pag patapos na yung video mas good vibes yung mga nanonood. So again, unahin po natin yung bad news. So we will start with the interview po ng ANC News kay Chairman Cardema.
Now Duterte Youth Party List Chairman Ronald Cardema. Mr. Cardema, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the program.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon po.
All right, so first, dami natin pag-uusapan, Mr. Cardema. Let's first talk about the impeachment complaint you tried but failed yesterday. What's the status now?
Okay, pause muna. So yan yung first bad news po natin. They tried to file, however they failed po in filing the impeachment complaint. Okay, so yan yung first po.
We tried to file it in the Office of the Secretary General. Kaya lang they did not receive it. Meron namang Deputy Sec Gen doon, meron namang mga staff doon. Kaya lang kine-claim nila, it is the Secretary General lang daw himself who could receive it. Pero according to the rules of the House of Representatives, nakalagay, the Office of the Secretary General shall receive any verified impeachment complaint. It is the office, not the Secretary General himself. So,
okay, but so are you going to try? Are you going to try again?
Yes po, try po natin next week pag po nandun po si Secretary General.
Okay.
That's actually a good argument on the part of
another
Chairman
question there
Cardema.
is, of course, you are accusing the President of violating the Constitution and betrayal of public trust for allowing the former President to be arrested and detained by the ICC. May napanood po akong interview at ang sinasabi niyo po, labag po sa Konstitusyon ang pag-surrender po dun sa dating Pangulo. Tama ho ba?
Yes, ma'am. Ang sinasabi natin dyan, according to the Constitution, sovereignty resides in the Filipino people. Yung soberanya ng bansa ay hindi yan sa teritoryo, kasi ang teritoryo ng isang bansa minsan lumalawak, lumiliit, may decision pa minsan. So ang soberanya ng Pilipinas, according to our Constitution, ay nasa atin, yung mga buhay na Pilipino ngayon. So nung nag-surrender ka ng isang buhay ng isang Pilipino sa kamay ng mga dayuhan noong March 11, nag-surrender ka rin ng soberanya ng bansa. Yun po ang sinasabi natin dyan.
But the former President was surrendered to an entity, the International Criminal.
Okay, so basically lahat pa ng diniscuss dito initially nila is subject for debate pa po yan, discussion sa appropriate committee. Pero una-una po tama dun yung sinabi ni Chairman Cardema na dapat yung office yung mag-receive, not necessarily the Secretary General naman. That is actually a good position on the side po of Chairman Cardema, okay? So however, yan po yung unang bad news na gusto kong ipaabot lang muna sa inyo, is that they tried to file kahapon, however yun nga po, they failed because ayaw i-receive nung office ng Secretary General or any of the deputies po ng Secretary General. Okay? So ngayon proceed na po muna tayo to some of the basic questions in relation to impeachment proceedings. Okay, so ito po yung unang question na commonly nakikita ko po sa mga posts ko regarding impeachment. So unang-una po tatandaan natin na is yung impeachment proceedings po, makikita natin yan under Article 11, the article regarding accountability of public officers sa 1987 Philippine Constitution po to. Okay? So yan yung pinaka-basic nating tatandaan. Ngayon, yung pinaka-common question ko pong nakikita is kung pwede ba kahit sino lang private citizen mag-file ng impeachment complaint. At ang sagot po dyan is yes, pwede po kahit po private citizen ang mag-file ng impeachment complaint. So that is clear po. Section 3, paragraph 2. Kung makikita po natin dyan, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House or by any citizen po. So yung citizen dyan, of course, that is a private citizen. However, may added requirement po pag citizen ka, pag private citizen ang magfa-file. And that is po dapat may resolution of endorsement by any member thereof. So ibig sabihin po niyan, pag private citizen ang mag-file, dapat po may member na mag-endorse nung complaint mo para umandar yung filing ng impeachment complaint. So similar po dito sila Chairman Cardema, they are actually private citizens po yun kasi hindi naman po si Chairman Cardema yung congressman ng Duterte Youth Party List. Therefore, they filed in their capacity as a private citizen, and I am assuming po i-endorse yung complaint na yun nila by the sitting congresswoman po nung Duterte Youth Party List. So yan po more or less yung plano nilang gawin doon. So again, ulitin ko para klaro lang po, any private citizen po can file an impeachment complaint. However, kailangan po ninyo yan ng endorsement from a member of Congress para ma-file nyo po talaga at para umusad yung filing ng impeachment complaint. So ngayon po punta naman tayo dun sa other issue pa dito sa pag-file po nila Chairman Cardema. So 'di ba, like I stated kanina, yung unang issue nila is hindi tinanggap ng office ng Secretary General or any of the other Deputy Secretary General. So yung next issue po dito sa pag-file nila is currently po alam naman natin naka-adjourn yung Congress, 'di ba? In short, wala po silang mga session. However, ang nakalagay po kasi dito sa Section 3 pa rin po to, ang kailangan po niyan upon filing of the impeachment complaint, it must be included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. Okay? So ito pong provision kasi regarding the inclusion in the order of business, mangyayari lang po yan sa plenary. Pero currently nga po, like what I said, currently naka-adjourn po yung session or naka-adjourn po yung Congress or naka-recess. Therefore, hindi po pwede mag-function yung plenary at present. Consequently, hindi po malalagay sa order of business. Assuming po ma-file pa rin to nila Chairman Cardema next week yung impeachment complaint nila. Yun yung next possible issue po na posible nilang harapin, which is magkakaroon po ng possible failure in the inclusion in the order of business and the referral to the appropriate committee, considering nga po yung Congress ngayon is currently naka-adjourn or naka-recess, diba? So wala pong plenary function. Stated differently po, since naka-adjourn yung Congress, therefore wala pong plenary sessions. Consequently po, hindi malalagay sa order of business and hindi po siya ma-properly refer to the appropriate committee, which is the Committee on Justice. So ito po yung next na possible issue na pwedeng or posibleng harapin po nila Chairman Cardema, assuming ma-file nila next week sa Office of the Secretary General. So overall po, yun lang naman yung nakikita ko talagang cons dito or yung negative sa timing ng pag-file nila Chairman Cardema. So ngayon punta na po tayo sa pros or yung sa mga magagandang posibleng mangyari dahil dito sa initiative po ng Duterte Youth Party List sa pag-file ng impeachment complaint. Okay? So unang-una po dyan yung magandang mangyari dito, at least may nakikita po talaga tayo na may isang member ng Congress, may isa pong party list na gusto talaga magpa-impeach din sa current sitting president. So from there po makita natin na parang bumabalanse po ba, merong nag-file against the Vice President. Currently meron na ring naglakas ng loob na mag-file ng President. And usually po kasi alam naman natin kung may isa pong manindigan, di ba, may isang mag-push ng certain political agendas, more or less may chance po yan na magkaroon pa ng support from other members of Congress. So yan po yung isang maganda dito. At least po nagkakaroon ng balancing, hindi na lahat anti-VP Sara Duterte lang. Ngayon may nakita na rin po talaga tayong anti-President Bongbong Marcos via the filing. So again, ulitin ko lang po, because may nauna na, posibleng may mag-back up pa dito kay Duterte Youth Party List. So yun yung nakikita kong isang pro din dito sa ginawa ng Duterte Youth. And yung isa pa pong pro na nakikita ko because of this action ng Duterte Youth is at least may nagpapakita na may opposition din talaga sa Congress against the admin, diba? And alam naman po natin, having an opposition po that is part of a healthy democracy, part po yan ng checks and balances. Kasi hindi naman po pwede or unfair or mahirap po para sa public kung walang mag-question at all sa admin, because kung wala pong nag-question, posible po yan magkaroon ng abuses kasi since yun nga po, walang nag-question, baka kung ano-ano na lang yung gawin ng admin without the proper checks and balances po sa nangyayari. So this is another pro po nakita ko since nag-voice out po yung Duterte Youth, then yun po nakita natin na meron pang checks and balances sa Congress, hindi lang lahat is pro-admin. So yan po yung isang pang nakikita kong pro dito sa actions nila. At yung next question naman po natin is regarding the substance of the impeachment complaint po na final ng Duterte Youth. So makikita po natin from the post of the Duterte Youth Party List mismo, ang allegation po nila or yung ground po na ginamit nila is due to President Bongbong Marcos in allowing the transfer of a Filipino citizen, former President Rodrigo Duterte, to foreigners. Tapos based po dun sa interview na pinanood natin kanina, ang sinabi dun ni Chairman Cardema is yung action daw na yun ni PBBM amounted to a surrender of the sovereignty of the Philippines. Therefore, that amounts to, most likely yung ground po nila dito is yung culpable violation of the Constitution. Hindi ko po sinasabi na yun yung specific ground nila. However, hindi po kasi wala po akong actual copy ng complaint, and then based din po dito sa first page ng complaint nila, hindi natin makita kung ano yung specific ground. However, since it involves yung surrender of sovereignty, therefore possible po yan na under culpable violation of the Constitution yung ginamit nila. Okay? Ngayon, ang next question po natin, sufficient ba yun siya para ma-impeach talaga ang isang sitting president based on that po yung pag-surrender ng isang private citizen, ng isang Filipino citizen dun sa isang international body? At kung ako po ang tatanungin, ang masasagot ko po dyan is possible po yan. Pwede po yan i-argue na that is a culpable violation of the Constitution. However, hindi po yan siya simple na straightforward na i-allege lang automatic violation or culpable violation agad yan of the Constitution. Meron po or kailangan po ng evidence dito nung nila Chairman Cardema, nung complainant, para fully nila ma-establish na there was a culpable violation of the Constitution due to the surrender surrender of FPRRD to the ICC. Okay? So ang reason po niyan kung bakit ko sinasabi na kailangan nila mag-submit ng evidence, sufficient evidence to establish that claim, kasi in government po kasi, in the functions and the actions of government, meron po tayong tinatawag na principle of regularity dito sa bansa po natin. Okay? At ang ibig sabihin po ng principle of regularity, unless and until there is a court decision declaring a certain action as illegal, as unconstitutional, and so on and so forth, ang current status po niyan is yun nga, presumption of regularity. Presumed tama or regular po yung ginawa ng public officers involved. Okay? Hindi ko po sinasabi tama yung ginawa dito nila PBBM or yung mga secretaries nila Secretary Boying, nila General Torre. Hindi ko po sinasabing tama yon. Hindi ko rin po sinasabing mali sila. Okay? However, at present, since there is still no court decision, ang presumption po at the present is that regular yung ginawa nila. So dito po in the case of the impeachment complaint filed by Chairman Cardema, ano yung kailangan nilang gawin? So ang kailangan po nilang gawin dito, once ma-refer na tong impeachment complaint dun sa Committee on Justice, kailangan po nila ngayon mag-submit ng evidence at ipakita nila doon clearly na kung bakit nagkaroon ng possible arbitrary detention, illegal detention dun sa case ni FPRRD. Tapos yung mga pwede nilang gamiting evidence dito, they can, of course, number one, pwede sila kumuha ng sarili nilang evidence kung meron pa silang ibang evidence mag-gather. Tapos pangalawa, pwede rin po nila gamiting evidence yung mga ginamit ni or nakuha ni Senator Amy dun sa committee hearing niya in relation to the arrest of FPRRD. Yan po yung mga pwede nilang gamitin. Okay? So again, ulitin ko po, hindi po straightforward or hindi po pasok agad na porkit inallege lang nila dito is automatic na may violation agad sila PBBM, yung mga secretaries niya at yung mga generals niya. Okay? Because again, we have what we call the presumption of regularity dito po sa bansa natin. However, tandaan po natin, since that is only a presumption, pwede po yan ma-overturn. Okay? So pag dito sa committee hearing nga po, sa Committee on Justice, once ma-refer na to, pag ma-establish po nila na there were illegal actions dun sa pag-arrest and surrender in FPRRD, dun po, pwede na to ngayon pumasok sa culpable violation of the Constitution due to the surrender of sovereignty by PBBM dun po sa ICC. Okay? So yan yung kailangan dito ma-fully establish talaga ng mga complainants. So ngayon, punta naman po tayo sa blessing in disguise na sinasabi ko na nakita ko due to the timing dito ni Chairman Cardema pag-file despite na hindi nila actually na-file talaga kahapon. So yung blessing in disguise po na nakikita ko is yung tinatawag na yung 1-year bar prohibition. Pag nag-file po kasi ng impeachment complaint tas na-refer na yun sa appropriate committee, na actionan na yun ng committee, magkakaroon po yan ngayon ng tinatawag na 1-year bar. Okay? Ibig sabihin po niyan, hindi pwede mag-file ng any other impeachment complaint within a 1-year period after na actionan na ng appropriate committee yung isang impeachment complaint. So ngayon, naging blessing in disguise yun dito sa timing nila pag-file nila Chairman Cardema since wala nga pong Congress, naka-adjourn, so hindi na lagay sa plenary tas hindi na refer sa committee. Therefore, hindi pa po pwede pumasok yung 1-year bar na prohibition. Ibig sabihin po, pwede pa rin po mag-file ng panibagong impeachment complaint against PBBM once pumasok na yung 20th Congress. Okay? So yan po yung nakita kong blessing in disguise kasi kung umandar po lahat to, na-file siya tas nag-apply yung 1-year bar from the filing of a second impeachment complaint, posible pong magka-issue considering yung current setup ng Congress, diba, is very in favor po of the admin. So taas yung chance na baka hindi to mag-grant or ma-dismiss agad yung complaint. However, come the 20th Congress, hindi pa po natin alam kasi hindi pa naman po nag-election. So malay po natin, biglang madaming manalong pro-FPRRD na congressman. So baka posible pag later on ma-file sa 20th Congress, mas mataas yung chance na mag-grant to siya. Assuming po may magkakaroon ng changes in the composition of Congress. Pero currently po kasi from my own observation as a political observer, medyo mas leaning towards the admin yung current composition of Congress. So kung na-file to ngayon, yun nga po, more or less ma-dismiss agad to or hindi ma-approve po ng congressman. Therefore, mag-a-apply yung 1-year bar. Okay? Pero yun nga po, since dito, hindi to siya na-file pa, hindi pa na-refer sa Committee on Justice. So wala pang 1-year bar. Therefore, pwede pa ulit mag-file ng impeachment complaint against PBBM come the 20th Congress. Okay? So yan po yung nakita kong blessing in disguise dito. Kahit na po nagkaroon ng issues sa filing. Pero overall po, ang masasabi ko lang dito is maganda to, at least may nagpapakita talaga na merong may lakas ng loob at tapang na mag-file ng impeachment complaint against the sitting president. So we never know po ano mangyari, baka po meron pang iba ngayon na mas tumapang din, mas lumakas yung loob at sumabay na dito kaila Duterte Youth Party List. Pero kailangan na lang po natin abangan yan pag pumasok na yung 20th Congress kung ano po talaga yung mangyayari. Okay? So kung gusto po ninyo ng mga impeachment videos, madami na po ako nagawang impeachment videos regarding naman po yun sa impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte. So pwede nyo po yan panoorin. Ilalagay ko na lang po yung video sa gilid dito ng mukha ko para alam nyo yung kung anong video na tinutukoy ko. Okay? So hopefully klaro yun. And if you like legal educational videos, follow lang po kayo sa akin. Until next time, see you all po. Bye-bye!